Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi! I'm doing Froggy Friday again, and this is my frog, my very stained frog. And I have these lovely stones, and they glow in the dark. Ooh. And these really, really, really pretty beads. Oh, didn't know they were beads. I thought they were just pebbles. So, at this point, I'm expecting bubbles, because beads. Beads with holes in usually make bubbles. And I'm okay with that, because the way it turns out, it's actually quite nice. Yeah. Well, I'm using this emerald green nail powder and a soft makeup brush I started off just doing the toes. I thought I'll just do toes, make it look like it's got nail varnish on. But then I kind of blipped and thought, oops, how do I cover that? So I decided to just cover the legs and the hands. Oh, they're all legs, aren't they? They're not hands. I decided to do all of the back of the legs. Back legs, oh good God, here we go again. Teeth aren't in again. I painted it green, all the legs. There, that'll do. But this green, oh, I'm not a green fan. And I'm using a lot of green. There is two colour greens I like, and that's emerald green and Grinch green. Definitely Grinch green. But emerald green, it's just, I don't know, I think it comes to the Wizard of Oz thing. That was all green. I like that. I like films, I can't help it. I have references for films. But yeah, look how it goes on. And you give it a good swish round to make sure you're burnishing it on. Makes it more shiny, and it just looks stunning. So yeah, I decided to do all the legs, but not the body. I'm not going to paint the body. The body I'm leaving. Oh, and I paint the head too. So yeah, all the extremities. That'll do. That's the word I'm looking for. And his main body will be clear. Was it clear? Let me see. I need to look. Excuse my chair squeaking. It was not a trump. Oh yes, I did leave his back clear, but I did add a little bit of sparkle to it. And then when I let that all cure, I added a nice colour to the bottom, which is green again, but it's not the same green. And I quite like this green. I think I'm warming to green. Don't know why. It's never been a favourite colour of mine, and yet I like most colours. It's very odd. But them pebble things, I'm trying to remember. I think, oh God, I think this is an Aldi special again. Yeah, because they're garden stones. You're supposed to put them in your garden, sunlight gets them all day, and then at night they're supposed to glow up. Well, I've had them in my drawer for a while. At least a year. Because, like stickers, I thought, oh, they're pretty. But the pebbles in the middle I've only had for a week. I saw them in the works. They're in the works. They were £1, I think. And they just sang to me. And I have only used 2 out of there. 2. No. 3. 3. Because I wanted a little bit of an accent colour. Yeah. So I plan on using these again for something else, but I'm just not quite sure what yet. But yeah, they are really pretty, and I just couldn't resist them. And I'm making a bit of a mess. And you can't see half of what I'm doing, because I'm having to tilt the mould so I can see what I'm doing. Because it's a bit tricky to get into certain areas. And I've done 3 out of the 4 arms, which is the head bit. I didn't put eyes in. I know how to. I've got some. But I don't know, I didn't think it'd suit this frog. I think this one needed more subtlety for his eyes. So I just painted the whole head in green and then did something with them later. But to get the neatness I needed from the head, because I did just chuck it in, I used a baby wipe, just an ordinary baby wipe, with a tiny bit of alcohol sprayed on it, just so I could do a nice neat line across, because I don't want to cover the whole of the head, just the majority of it. But you can see how lovely that green is, and it's no wonder this one's stained, because I think I did this green last time. Oh, did I? Do you know, I can't actually remember the last time I did this frog. Was it Franken frog? I don't know. It might have been, but that weren't green, that was blue. So why is it green? Confucius. So yeah, I'm going in with the green in the head, and I'm burnishing it as I'm going, making sure I'm getting it right in there. Oh, this is really nice green. Oh my god, there's something wrong with me. But yeah, it's difficult to get into that head bit, because you have to tip it so you can get your brush in, and you can't actually see where you're putting your brush. So I was just guessing here, because I can't see at this point, and I'm just hoping and praying I've got the green in the right places. Does anybody else get like that? Or is it just me? It might just be me. But yeah, I've done all that, so now I just need to clean it up a bit. Oh no, I've used my softer brush just to make sure that it's all nicely shiny. All shiny and done. And also the excess is used up in case it's not covered what I needed to cover. And looking at that leg, it looks like I have actually missed a bit. And yet, oh yeah, I did. But it doesn't make a difference to it. It actually looks quite nice. Oh, I hadn't noticed that. It's amazing what you see when you go to edit or do your voiceovers. Things that you don't generally see as you're doing it. Like the last Froggy Friday, I missed a swipe, completely missed a swipe. And I wish I'd have noticed it. I'm going to have to try that again. Not be so rushed to just chuck things together. But that's just me, I can't help it. It's my brain. It either works, or it works too fast. Or it don't work, and it works too slow. Or then it does everything at once. So yeah, I'm cleaning it out now. Making sure that I've got nice clean lines. And for some reason I ended up painting a bit in the recess. I think that was just by accident. Because it does look a bit green. But I'm really trying to be very careful not to make a mess, and also not to take too much away, if that makes any sense. So I shall be at this point my 1:1 is on my heat mat, A and B cups, which have writing on them saying A and B cups, because I never remember which one I've poured. It's just so that I don't mess up. And it works, and it's on there to warm through and to get rid of bubbles. And then I'll mix it up slowly and add a little bit of twinkle. I think I've got it all. Yep, all gone. So yeah, this is me saying I'm going to get my 1:1. So there it is. There's my 1:1. I've mixed it up, and I've just put a little bit of that sparkle in. It's like the Super Sparkle White. It's very thin, you don't need a lot, and I only wanted it just to give it a bit of a twinkle. So I'm going to put in a bit of resin first, and I just noticed there were bubbles, so I'm just swiping that across the side and making sure the glitter's actually mixed in. and I'm going to run it down the stick. Now this stick's got several layers of several layers of resin on it, so it shouldn't be porous. And I could see something in there, and I'm like, what is that? What is that? I couldn't get it, so I thought I'll blow it. Nobody will notice. And now I missed it again. It's not there. So I'm like, nah, just pour it in, woman. Just pour it in. Stop being silly. In fact, I probably could see nothing. It's probably just my eyesight again. So I'm pouring it in slowly, just over the stick. Creates less bubbles. And I only want to fill it so far because I'm going to put the glow in the darks in. And I don't want to put too much in that it all starts to blob out. I want to see how well these sink, because although the pebbles, they're not very heavy, they're very light, but thankfully they stick, they sink, sorry, not stick. And while I'm putting them in, I'm keeping an eye out for any bubbles rising, and I don't want to put the stones in everywhere because I only want them in the back, but they do sort of shift a little bit, and you can see them in the back legs and the front, but only in the I was going to say hinges, but it's more like elbows. No, not elbows. Armpits. Hips. Oh, the blooming joins that joins the body to the legs. There you go. Now I've put these in betweens so they can be seen through the pebbles, and I just want one more pink because I just thought this colour looks absolutely adorable with this green. But I was worried a bit because I thought, is this going to run? I wasn't sure what these were painted with. So yeah, I was thinking we're going to have a few bubbles and we're going to have pink running through everywhere. And this is me trying to think, should I put any more into them? And I decided against it. So the pink ones are a little lighter than the green ones. So I did have to keep just poking them down a bit, or try and weigh them down with the pebbles. So with the green pebbles. So I did put quite a few in. So I didn't need as much resin as I planned. Although I cannot remember how much resin this actual frog needs, because I've written it on there and then I've washed them. So guess what? Whatever I've written on it has disappeared. So now I've no idea. I did have a book with them all written down in. Do I know where the book is? No. Am I forgetful? Yes. Am I an idiot? Also yes. Anyway, I'm just going to pour a little bit more in. So I want it to a certain level. And the rest I shall use in another mould. And I'm just shuffling them about a bit, trying to get them where I need them to be. I don't want the pinks to be too close together, but I also don't want them to be too far apart either, or not be seen from the other side. So I'm having to kind of hope and pray. But you can see the pink is not running. It's definitely not running. But I'm deciding here, do I put some more stones in? Do I not? Do I keep pushing them around and hope and pray and shit, stuff like that? Nearly said a naughty word, sorry. Voiceovers. And people wonder why I don't do lives. It's bad enough doing a voiceover. Now, I have got like a greeny colour, a blue colour and a black. And I want to make a dark green, but not the same colour green. But I don't want a light green like that one. That's too light for me. So I thought I'd add a bit of blue and a little bit of black. Well, one drop of black, because I didn't want it to be too dark. And I quite like the colour that it comes out in. I couldn't tell you what colour it's supposed to be, what sort of green, because it's just, I don't know, it's lovely. It works well. I do like it. But I do have to add some more green and blue because it's just not the right colour for me. This was too dark, even though I only used one black dot. So I just added some more paint, acrylic ink, and then get it a mix, and that was just spot on. And then you can see it's just, ooh, it's a very nice green. It's, well, teal, maybe teal. That could be a colour. The colour. So this clear is already hardened. I forgot to mention that. So now I'm putting in the teal. I'm going to say it's teal, but I'm not sure. And obviously I'm a scruff and chuck it where it shouldn't be. And I'm trying very hard to get it in between the toes. We aren't having to use anything, but it's toes. You have to. But I think I did quite well trying to get them into them little recesses just by pouring. I mean, look at that. That was almost expert. And then I'm just filling up to make sure I've got it all. And then I just use the leftovers in other bits and bobs. I think I made a little jar and a tiny wreath. But now's the bit that you've got to keep your eye on, because you've got to make sure you go in there so you don't have any bubbles coming up, and then poke the toes, each toe, and of course I'm making a mess, and I poke each toe one by one. Look at that. That's so neat. Except for that blob there. I forgot about that blob. But yeah, this is just to make sure there's no bubbles in the bottom of the toes, because it don't look right when they don't have full formed toes. And what I'll do is I'll leave it for an hour to watch for bubbles, and then stick it on my heat mat. Oh, I also spray with alcohol just in case, because it doesn't matter about this mould, it's old now. And I'm going to leave it there. Now it's time to demould. Now the toes are still soft. I like the fact the toes are still soft, because it's so much easier to get your frog out of the mould if your toes can bend a bit. But you do have to be careful that when they are still soft, you don't squish them out of shape. So I do try and be very careful. And we having dodgy hands, sometimes I really struggle to get things out of moulds. So doing it with squishy toes is a lot easier. Heck of a lot easier. I've just got his bum out. Look at that green showing. Oh, it's so nice. And I'm just gently teasing these toes out. And it's like, nope, not letting go, not letting go, not letting go. I'm not coming out. Plop. Look at that. There is no bubbles in the head. Not one. This resin's brilliant. There's a little bit of overpour, which is fine. Look there. There's not one bubble. Not one. And I expected bubbles due to the beads, at least. Not a bubble. You don't need expensive machines. You don't need this, that, and other. Just time, patience, and a heat mat. And job's a good one. But look at him. He's so pretty. I'm going to faff with his eyes, and I'm going to show you it glowing in the dark. Of course he does glow in the dark. He's so cool. And I call this frog in a pond, or froggy in a pond. Oh God, start that again. I call him frog in a pond, or pond in a frog. There we go. So watch this. It's going to glow. Ta-da! Thank you for watching. See you all next time. Bye!
sparkles like blessing. Goth unicorn with a blackened wing. Happy she dances under moonlit nights, creating beauty, spurring on delight. Her hooves tap softly to the softest bells, crafting wonders in her secret spells. From threads of silver and whispers bright, a tapestry woven in the dark of night. Her hooves tap softly to the softest bells, crafting wonders in her secret spells. From threads of silver and whispers bright, a tapestry woven in the dark of night. Goth unicorn in midnight hue, mixing magic in the morning dew. With raven feathers and twilight beads, she makes beautiful things from all the seas. Glitter spills from ebony mane, beauty flowing like a gentle rain. Out of darkness comes her eye beams, creating loveliness from the heart. With eyes like onyx she sees